Peter, welcome to the cave. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Fellow Greek.
Yes. Nice to chat a
Uh,
little bit of Greek with you before we got this started.
that's right. Exciting times, my friend. You got a few projects. You're all over the place. You're a busy person from what I did. You know, Trap House recently came out. You have a couple more projects coming out. Molina's Dream, which we'll talk about near the end of the interview. What's going through your mind, man? You've been a busy person the last few years.
Yeah, no, the last 2 years have been honestly super incredible for me. I've been acting for 15 years now, and I've been very grateful and lucky to have been able to work pretty consistently on projects. But the last two ones I'm super stoked about because I had a lot more involvement to do. And yeah, I mean, it's super cool to play the lead in back-to-back movies and have them both come out this year. So it's been an incredible ride, and I can't wait for it to keep going.
I was doing some research on you, my friend. Born in Vancouver, right?
Yes, that's
How
right.
did the acting bug start? Because you're like, but you mentioned you're half Greek also, and like hanging out with your papunya. Yeah, you were telling me these dreams of yours that you want to go be an actor. Tell us a
Well,
little about
they're
that.
Yeah, well, they're super supportive. Actually, my aunt, my papunya, is one of their daughters. She was an actress growing up as well, and they fully supported her and sent her off to school in San Francisco to study acting. So they've been familiar with that, and they're the coolest grandparents ever. They've always been just really supportive on my side. Same with my parents, my mom and dad. They've just been amazing. I stumbled into acting class with my sister when I was young, and just started to really have fun with it. And there's a huge
Mm,
acting scene out in Vancouver, and I've been going
yeah.
down to California quite a lot over the years as well. And yeah, just been happy to kind of sink my feet into things and been having a lot of fun doing it.
Mm. You mentioned Vancouver. I love how like Vancouver is like the pretty much like the new Hollywood. Everybody's calling it.
Yeah, Hollywood North, they got a lot of productions filming down here, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
For you as an actor, do you enjoy that? How it's like right next door to you, pretty much.
It's nice, I mean, I've auditioned for projects before in California and then come back to film it in Vancouver. So it's nice to have grown up here, live here, and be able to film here.
What's your ultimate goal? You've done the act and everything, and like, is there an ultimate like a role that you hope you get in your hand someday? Work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm looking to step into more of the action scene. So I'm excited. There's a couple cool things I got to do in Trap House, but with the next film coming out shortly this year, there's a few more kind of like physical pieces involved, I'll say, which I'm really
Mm.
stoked about. And yeah, that's something I've always been super athletic and always playing sports growing up. So yeah, I want to get into doing a little bit more stunts, maybe tap into the superhero world eventually is something I'd really love to do. So that's definitely on my list.
I saw that you played some sports, soccer and football. Is that what it was?
Soccer, football, basketball, track, wrestling. Yeah, anything I could do in school growing up, I love to play.
That's awesome. What was your favorite sport to play?
Probably a toss up between American football and soccer, I'll say.
Is there an American team you root for in football?
Yeah, I'm a big 49ers fan.
San Francisco. You said that, so you're
Yeah.
going back and forth. It's great. So like, as an actor now, like, how do you like? What do you do to make your craft even better? Is there somebody that you study that you watch their films over and over just to make your stuff better?
Yeah, well, there's like a lot of actors who I admire get a lot of things from just watching film and kind of when I watch a movie, sometimes I'm watching it just for like my own entertainment purposes, and if I'm
Yeah.
trying to like unwind or relax after a long day, let's say, toss on something easy to watch. But other times when I watch certain films, I'm watching it from a very like focused on everything that the actors are doing, every little choice they make,
Yeah.
every little movement, and kind of like dissecting things. And I've always liked doing that since I was young. And yeah, studying film for sure has definitely always been a part of kind of, honing the craft.
Mm. What's the one movie you go to if you're like you got nothing else to do, you want to throw it in and watch it, or I say throw it in like world school VCR and stuff like that, but streaming.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'll go to like the classics like Terminator, Predator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw on some nice old school action movies.
Hey, what are you binging these days for new stuff?
I just finished Daisy Jones and the Six, and that was really cool one to watch. Just finished Jury Duty as well, which is super hilarious. And actually, I'm rewatching The Office right now.
Nice, nice. So yeah, let's jump on down to your latest project now. Your Trap House. Are you a fan of horror
I
horror
am.
movies? Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Insidious series. And like anytime there's a horror movie in the theater, I'm going. I'm jumping out of my seat, but I'm always going every time.
Yeah. How are you approached for this film? Tell us a little about that.
Yeah. Well, this film it's interesting because I'm playing a good kid at heart who deals drugs. So it's kind of a little bit of a catch-22 there with the character, which is fun to play in itself, but that was a kind of fun challenge to take on. And yeah, those characters navigating a very intense, high stakes kind of situation throughout the entire film. So every time, the camera's rolling, you're immediately back on it after, making jokes with your castmates and having a good time. Then all of a sudden, cameras are rolling, you're back in this place where your head could get chopped off at any moment.
How did you this is like one of those roles that, it takes a different take on it as an actor. Like how did you challenge yourself with this character? Like how did you push for it?
Yeah, well, there's actually one moment which I thought was really fun. One thing I pushed for, which was a physical choice with my character. There's one scene where I'm getting my butt kicked a little bit, and it wasn't scripted for me to throw a punch back. And I was talking to the director, and I was like, "Hey, do you think we can like throw one punch in there? Because I feel like my character would want to like fight back a little bit, even if he knows he
Yeah.
can't win, And we liked the idea, so we put it in there, and I got to have my own little scripted after that punch, which was really fun for me. And I think that was something that I felt also made sense for the character, among little like ad libs here and there, like some little pieces of dialogue I added in that weren't scripted, just felt right to like fill certain spaces. And yeah, sometimes you just have fun with that, and you have little cool, funny, memorable moments from that.
You say that you're a huge horror fan. What do you think is the fascination with like the horror movies that people just want to tune in to watch these?
Oh, I love just being on the edge of my seat, waiting for the jump scare, and then sometimes it doesn't come, and then you're like a little bit of relief, but you're still waiting for it. So it's just exciting. It pumps the adrenaline.
Interesting. What do you think is like the what did you love about this character that you in the movie?
Yeah, well, I think what I liked about him was him really not wanting to go along with this thing the whole time because he didn't want to be in that situation. He's just doing it. Um, so kind of his reluctance to go along with the plan, then fully having to dive in is kind of
Mhm.
the fun piece of my character that I think I like.
I've had other actors that have come on when they've filmed a horror movie. They actually say like, while they're filming the scenes, they actually like get a little scared filming the scenes. Did you feel like that at all?
Definitely in the moment, yeah. Because
Yeah.
as soon as we start rolling and we're going into it, I try to escape Peter and go into the character. So when I'm in Fibs, I'm like, holy shit, I'm in this fucking trap house. Excuse my language, but the camera cuts and it's back to just baseline hanging out.
What's been the fan reaction for this film when they watch it? What are you hoping for they remember out of your performance from this from the movie?
Yeah, I just tried to keep it grounded. I wanted to make it as believable as possible. There's little funny bits throughout the film too, so we kind of tried to, play on that a little bit and keep the
Yeah.
intensity up. So yeah, just I think just positive reactions to the film overall, and I think everyone did a fantastic job, and everyone has been giving great feedback so far. So yeah, super happy with it.
Horror movie. I gotta know. Did your Papuya watch this?
Uh, so I don't know if my mom's the one who's been showing everybody in the family right now. So I don't know if
Yeah.
she's still figuring out if it's too scary or not for them. But
That's awesome.
yeah,
So we mentioned also before we went on the air, you spent 3 months in Greece and you have another project coming out, which we don't have an exact date yet. Molina's Dream. Describe a little bit about the movie, what the movie is about.
yeah. This one hurts me so much because I can't say too much about this one yet. But what I will say, I'm playing this character who has a couple challenges set ahead of him and displays multiple sides to his character. So there's a lot to overcome, and there's kind
Mm.
of two sides to this character, which made it really interesting and fun to play. And a lot of it was filmed in Greece. Well, actually, it was all filmed in Greece, Athens and Sparta primarily. So those are two really beautiful shooting locations. And yeah, this one will be a nice, fun, coming of age, quirky film.
Amazing. So you said Sparta. I'm from a little village right outside of Sparta, so I've been to Sparta a million times.
Oh yeah, me too. My grandma was
So
from Yeraki, this village close outside of Sparta. Got to
yeah,
visit that there too.
yeah, we're from Vrastina.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's
cool.
about I think it's about like 30 minutes outside of Sparta.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same thing.
Amazing. So what was the best moment while you were filming there?
Oh, wow. Man, there were a ton of great moments filming there. Even just the first couple of days of me arriving and doing rehearsals for the film, me just taking in all of Greece because I hadn't been there since I was 11 years old. So coming back now, seeing everything and going there to work and to dive into this character that I'm playing, but being surrounded again by all this culture that I've grown up with was just beautifully overwhelming. And then that just made the whole shoot so much more closer to my heart.
Now, did you have to audition for this film, or did you know somebody that hey, we want you to come on?
Yeah, actually, so I auditioned for this. They sent in. Then I had a meeting with the team, with the directors and producers. We got to just chat a little bit, get to know each other. They liked the tape a lot. So they sent in a couple notes. I sent that back in, and I ended up booking it short after. The funny thing was, they didn't know that my grandma was like from Sparta. They
Yeah.
didn't know that until we were on set, and they had mentioned that somebody else was an actual somebody was from Sparta on set, and I was like, oh, me too. Like, you didn't tell us this? I was like, I didn't think to, even though it was very relevant to the film, which is funny.
Is this I know you can't tell us that much about the movie. Is planned to be on streaming service or just going to the theaters? Any idea?
I am not fully aware of the distribution plans just yet. Still waiting to
Yeah.
hear back from the team, but when things are all said and done, should be heading back out there soon.
Amazing. Yeah. What's next for you now? Any other projects you're allowed to tell us about that you're working on? You got coming out?
Uh, Nothing I can speak about yet, but there's a couple projects in the works right now in like pre-development that I'm speaking to teams with about yeah, working on. So those ones would be in the States, which is really cool. And yeah, till then, just doing my thing and yeah, gearing up for the next one.
Amazing. And Peter, how can the listeners viewers find you on social media to keep up with you and hopefully we get a date for Molina's Dream also?
Yeah, absolutely. At Peter Bundic on Instagram, and as soon as I get more information, I'll be posting about it right away.
Amazing. Peter, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today. This was great.
Yeah, thanks for having me.